Hey guys, I have another session to talk about. So I'm working with a businesswoman and her business was stagnant and she wanted to make progress and didn't know what was going on. She heard my teaching, I guess, about slave master spirit spouses, and she came on into my program and she's made lots of progress. She's seen her business explode. That was great. But since then, she started two more businesses. And I said, "What was different in your thinking?" And she said, "It was those thoughts that tell you that you can't do it, or the thoughts that make you pull back, they just weren't there anymore." Failure never even crossed her mind. Isn't that crazy? It never crossed her mind. She had more confidence in her relationship with God, her ability to hear from God. And when God shows her something, she knows, okay, that's something I can have. Go for it. Boom. No self-doubt. Self-doubt, unbelief, and fear of failure are gone. So she wanted to do a deep dive in a one-on-one session. And I said, okay, let's go for it. So first thing I told her was, I'm not doing a session with you with a nose ring in, because I know that's a portal. That's an open door for Satan. In fact, maybe they don't come in with those, but they solidify their position with a cursed object. So a nose ring is a cursed object. Um, you may believe it or not, but that's up to you. So for her, when I commanded whatever was attached to the nose ring to manifest, a slave master named Jason came up. And he came in, he was there since she was a baby. But the nose ring gave him, I guess, a legal right to stay. The nose ring brought in rebellion. I mean, it said that's the reason why she got it. So it brought in a rebellion against religion because she knew that the way she was raised, nose rings weren't not acceptable. So anyway, so she had so this spirit named Jason, this is an ancestral slave master, somebody in her ancestry. And Jason said he was here to stop her. He said, I stop her destiny. He placed on her um, devices, and one of them was to never believe in herself. He gave her low self-esteem, made her feel ugly, undesirable. He said they're pretty, but they don't know it. He's talking about the women in their family. He placed handcuffs on her to keep her from prospering. Whatever she puts her hands to, I keep her from being successful. Check that out. So she also has a tattoo, and the tattoo brought in the spirit of never wanting to get married again. Now she's been divorced a couple times, and this tattoo took away her desire to ever be married. That's just what came in. And again, the nose ring brought in the spirit of pride. It it made her feel like she took control, but it gave her pride in taking control. And where there's pride, there is Leviathan. Where there's Leviathan, Leviathan cuts you off. He cuts you off from business relationships, love relationships. Just Leviathan is there to cut you off from people. You're a loner. So let's talk about Jason. Jason said he came from England and he's been there since 1892. He said, I'm a slave master, but as I worked my way down the line, it turns out Jason was basically hired by George was the slave master who forked over the money to buy the slaves. Jason just ran his operation. So I said, how many slaves did he buy? He says 70, and he sacrificed 10. That means he killed 10 of his slaves. He said, I only bought the pretty women. So he broke them in through sex. He started around 9. He said mainly 12 years old, but as young as 9. He did witchcraft over them to bind them to himself. I don't know how much I can go into this on TikTok. I'm already at the 5-minute mark. So tell you what, I'll tell you about the bloody ritual on YouTube. So I am on Facebook. I have a private Facebook group. I have a YouTube channel. I have online courses, which I pretty much put in a membership so that you can get coaching along with the courses, because one course is never enough. Do I do one-on-one sessions? I did for her because she's already in the program and committed to the process and have put in hours of deliverance and already making progress. I don't do one-on-one sessions alone because just one session is not going to be enough. It's a waste of my time and yours. So I'll see you on YouTube. So to continue this, Jason broke in the girl's slave. So he was the spirit spouse. He's an ancestral spirit spouse. And what he did to break in, to bind the girls to him, was he took the bloody sheets after he raped them, took their virginity. He took the bloody sheets to a witch and she did a potion using the blood and made them drink it. See, Christian people try to get so deep and say, oh, that's not in the Bible. This is not in the Bible. Yet witches are using all these things to curse you. And you're still running around the church and high-fiving your neighbor, and you're still cursed because you don't know how to break a curse the biblical way. But then you'll tiptoe out the back door and go see Sister Sheila, the psychic down the street, the psychic reader. You know you go to those psychic readers, especially y'all in North Carolina. You sliding on down to South Carolina. Anyway, so she had contracts. I mean, these demons had contracts that they were using to block her from success and land. They stole land. They stole 7 land contracts. And so we went back after to get those in the spirit realm. But the wild part to me was when she started doing I was like, who are you? And she said, I'm Queen Cobra. I was like, dang. She came in through her grandmother. She destroys every relationship in the bloodline. They either die or get a divorce. The spouse either dies or the couple gets a divorce. Every last one of them. With every relationship, they left her. Everyone. They cannot love her. They leave her. Her mother, daughter, and sisters all have the same curse on them. And they didn't have, this Queen Cobra didn't have a legal right to stay there anymore because she lost her legal right when the woman started Breaking Curses 101 program. Because I walk them through all these breaking curses and all this stuff. So then this witch showed up named Sheila. Oh my goodness. She'd been there for 30 years. She was assigned to the bloodline. She was assigned to the bloodline by Apollyon. Apollyon, you've heard of that thing in the Bible. I don't know much about Apollyon because I don't do deliverance on men too much. But this demon came because the father made a deal for fame and he left them. He abandoned the family. So the abandonment of the family was a sacrifice. So I'm going to stop there. This was pretty cut and dry to the point, but that's only because I wasn't freaking out when that cobra showed up. I'm like, really? Okay, so I do have a membership program and I start mentoring at level 2. I'm going to change things around a little bit later, Probably will only mentor at level 3. I don't know. But level 2 is the lowest you can get in to get the mentoring plus the classes. So check me out at breakingcurses101.com. Ciao.